There is a major problem with Disney's planned Snow White remake. The worst part about the disastrous test screenings is that they required extensive reshoots. Behind the scenes, conflict with Gal Gadot has been building because of Rachel Zegler's unwillingness to participate in remakes. Massive delays have resulted from their furious clashes, and even Gadot has allegedly referred to Zegler as unprofessional, and self-absorbed Disney executives are working feverishly to save the project right now. Disney had unforeseen difficulties in the year that was meant to be a commemorative one for the company's 100th birthday. Despite the high-profile live-action Snow White remake, set for release in 2025, the firm has not been performing well. The movie has had several challenges from the start, but the biggest issues surfaced during test screenings. Disney conducted 5 test screenings in an attempt to measure crowd response, but things didn't go according to plan. The third act and the conclusion took the brunt of the criticism, which was largely unfavorable. Forced to take action, Disney decided to reshoot significant portions of the film, particularly the ending. However, these reshoots have been far from easy. The production of Snow White 2025 has hit numerous roadblocks, with one of the biggest challenges being the ongoing tension between the film's 2 leading actresses, Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot. The production of Snow White 2025 has been marred by a series of significant challenges, many of which revolve around Rachel Zegler, who has been notably reluctant to participate in the necessary reshoots. This hesitation has caused growing frustration within the production team as they struggle to address key issues with the film's ending. Zegler's refusal to fully cooperate has not only delayed the project but has also complicated efforts to fix these problems. What could have been a routine part of post-production has now become a major setback, hindering progress in completing the film. However, the issues plaguing Snow White 2025 extend far beyond Zegler's reluctance on set. The film has been engulfed in controversy, with much of the negative attention stemming from a series of public relations missteps. Zegler herself has been at the center of this turmoil. Her public statements, both in interviews and on social media, have sparked widespread backlash, amplifying the negative perception surrounding the project. Instead of quelling concerns, Zegler's actions have only worsened the film's image, casting a dark shadow over a production that is already facing multiple hurdles. Zegler's social media presence, in particular, has been a source of tension. Her outspoken nature has invited criticism from fans and commentators alike, with many accusing her of being out of touch and contributing to the film's growing unpopularity. Whether it's her remarks about the film's direction or her interactions with critics online, Zegler has consistently stirred controversy. This has made it difficult for the studio to craft a cohesive marketing campaign for Snow White 2025, as every new public statement from Zegler seems to generate fresh criticism. The negative publicity has created additional challenges for a production already struggling with tight budget constraints. These financial limitations have impacted various aspects of the film, particularly the special effects. The CGI dwarves, one of the film's most anticipated elements, have drawn significant criticism for their cheap and unconvincing appearance. Viewers first noticed these shortcomings in the teaser trailer and early previews, where the poor quality of the effects became glaringly obvious. What was meant to be a key visual component of the movie quickly became a focal point for criticism, further damaging the film's reputation before its release. While these issues with special effects and public relations were already troubling, they were exacerbated by escalating tensions between Rachel Zegler and her co-star, Gal Gadot. Reports from the set suggest that Gadot has become increasingly frustrated with Zegler, accusing her of a lack of professionalism and dedication. Gadot, known for her disciplined approach, has reportedly clashed with Zegler multiple times during production, with these confrontations contributing to a growing strain on the set. Allegedly, Gadot has gone as far as to describe Zegler as lazy and difficult to work with, fueling further tension between the two actresses. This animosity finally came to a head during a critical meeting about the film's reshoots. What began as a discussion about logistics quickly escalated into a heated argument between Zegler and Gadot. According to insiders, Gadot openly voiced her frustrations during the meeting, accusing Zegler of being self-centered and narcissistic. This confrontation deepened the rift between the two stars, leaving the production team to manage the fallout. With such personal conflicts spilling into professional settings, the production has faced significant delays and disruptions, particularly when it comes to scheduling the reshoots. These reshoots are crucial for addressing the issues identified during early test screenings. The production team and Disney executives were counting on these sessions to salvage the film, but the ongoing conflict between Zegler and Gadot has thrown a wrench in these plans. As the delays pile up, so do the production costs, compounding the challenges that Disney faces in bringing Snow White 2025 to the big screen. In an attempt to salvage the situation, Disney executives have stepped in, urging both actresses to present a united front in public. Their goal is to manage the damage to the film's reputation and improve the movie's public image, especially as it approaches its release. However, despite these efforts, the unresolved disputes between Zegler and Gadot have made this task significantly harder. The studio is actively working to reshape the public's perception of the film, carefully crafting a narrative that emphasizes unity and professionalism. Yet, the behind-the-scenes tension continues to be a major obstacle to this goal. As Disney attempts to spin a more positive narrative about Snow White 2025, the unresolved issues between its two lead actresses loom large. What began as a promising project has now become mired in conflict, with Zegler's reluctance, public controversies, and her strained relationship with Gadot complicating every aspect of production. Disney's efforts to manage the situation are ongoing, but it remains to be seen whether they will be able to repair the damage in time for the film's release. The ongoing drama surrounding Snow White 2025 has not only delayed its completion, but also left fans and critics wondering whether the final product will live up to its potential. Gadot has even gone so far as to request that certain scenes be shot separately from Zegler, which has further complicated the reshoot process. This request has led to more delays, pushing the already troubled production timeline even further off track. While Disney continues its public relations efforts to smooth over the film's image, the internal strife adds layers of difficulty. The ongoing challenges surrounding Snow White 2025 extend far beyond on-set conflicts and production delays. The film, a modern reimagining of the classic 1937 animated movie, has taken a bold approach by incorporating contemporary themes such as diversity, equity, and inclusion. While these updates were intended to reflect the values of today's audience and resonate with a more progressive cultural landscape, they have instead sparked a wave of criticism and controversy, adding yet another layer of complexity to the film's troubled production. In attempting to modernize Snow White 2025, Disney made the deliberate choice to distance itself from the original narrative, not only in terms of storytelling but also in the characters and underlying themes. This new version of Snow White sought to move away from outdated tropes and stereotypes, emphasizing the importance of diversity and creating a more inclusive cast of characters. However, these changes have not been universally well received. Instead of being celebrated for its boldness, the film has become a flashpoint for debate, with critics questioning whether Disney has gone too far in reworking a beloved classic. One of the most glaring points of contention has been the portrayal of the film's iconic dwarfs. In an effort to avoid stereotypes, Disney replaced the original 7 dwarves with a group of CGI characters who have been heavily criticized for their appearance. Early trailers and previews revealed that the CGI dwarves looked cheap and unconvincing, drawing widespread negative reactions from both fans and critics. What should have been an innovative update to the story's visuals has instead become a symbol of the film's broader problems, with many questioning the decision to rely so heavily on computer-generated imagery without sufficient investment in quality. These criticisms about the film's CGI effects have added fuel to the fire, especially as the film's budget constraints become more apparent. With significant financial resources already poured into Snow White 2025, Disney's effort to align the film with contemporary values seems to have backfired, contributing to the film's already damaged reputation. What began as an attempt to create a more inclusive and modern narrative has instead alienated portions of the fan base who view the changes as unnecessary or poorly executed. Moreover, the film's struggles have raised questions about the broader implications for Disney as a company, particularly in how it approaches remakes of its classic films. Beyond the technical and thematic concerns, the social and political undertones of Snow White 2025 have become a focal point for criticism. Many fans have expressed disappointment that the film deviates too far from the original, arguing that Disney has sacrificed the timeless appeal of the story in favor of pushing modern agendas. This backlash is not limited to traditionalists. Even those who support more diverse and inclusive storytelling have criticized the film for its execution, particularly in the way it handles sensitive themes without adequate depth or nuance. The controversy surrounding Snow White 2025 has led some industry experts to speculate about the future of the project. the film has already suffered significant delays, and its reputation continues to deteriorate with every new development. Some have even suggested that Disney might be better off scrapping the film entirely, much like Warner Bros. Did with the unreleased Batgirl movie in 2022. This drastic move, though rare, could help Disney avoid further embarrassment and financial loss. Pulling the plug on Snow White 2025 would allow the company to cut its losses and shift focus to other, more promising projects, sparing itself from the risk of a high-profile failure. Despite the significant concerns surrounding Snow White 2025, Disney remains resolute in its decision to proceed with the film's release. The company, known for producing successful and beloved content, appears unwilling to abandon the project despite the challenges it has faced. Scrapping the film would not only be a financial setback but also a blow to Disney's reputation as a leader in entertainment. The hope remains that, with strategic marketing and potential revisions, Snow White 2025 could still find its audience, particularly if the controversy fades and the film's strengths are allowed to shine. Behind the scenes, Disney is working diligently to manage the public narrative. The studio is attempting to shift the conversation away from the controversies that have plagued the production, including disputes among the cast and the criticism over the film's CGI effects. Their strategy hinges on highlighting the film's appeal, particularly the star power of its lead actors, Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot, and the enduring legacy of the Snow White brand. Disney hopes that a combination of these factors, along with a polished marketing campaign, will be enough to pull the project out of its current negative light. There is optimism that the star-studded cast could help reignite interest in the film, despite the well-publicized tensions between Zegler and Gadot. Both actresses have significant fan bases, and their involvement in such an iconic story could still attract moviegoers. Additionally, Disney is likely to rely on the nostalgia factor that often accompanies remakes of classic films. The original Snow White holds a special place in the hearts of many, and this emotional connection could potentially lure audiences to theaters, even if they are skeptical about the updated version. However, this project has become more than just another live-action remake for Disney. Snow White 2025 has evolved into a test of the company's ability to balance honoring its classic properties with updating them for modern audiences. This delicate balance is something Disney has struggled with in recent years, as it attempts to infuse contemporary values such as diversity, equity, and inclusion into its stories without alienating its traditional fanbase. The company's decision to make bold changes to Snow White, such as reimagining the dwarves and focusing on modern themes, has sparked both praise and criticism, turning the film into a symbol of a broader cultural debate. The outcome of Snow White 2025 will be closely watched by both industry insiders and fans. If the film succeeds, it could serve as a blueprint for future Disney remakes, demonstrating that classic stories can be refreshed for new generations while still retaining their core appeal. It would signal that Disney is capable of evolving with the times and addressing contemporary societal issues without losing its magical touch. Success could also pave the way for more daring adaptations of other Disney classics, potentially leading to a new era of storytelling for the company. On the other hand, if Snow White 2025 fails, it could stand as a cautionary tale about the risks of tampering too much with beloved properties. The film's failure could lead to a reevaluation of Disney's approach to remakes, pushing the company to adopt a more conservative strategy in future projects. This could result in a return to more faithful adaptations, where only minor updates are made to reflect modern sensibilities, avoiding the backlash that comes with significant departures from the original material. Ultimately, the fate of Snow White 2025 will provide key insights into Disney's future direction. It has already left an indelible mark on the entertainment landscape due to the controversy and discussions it has sparked. More than just a film, it has become a reflection of the broader tensions within the entertainment industry about how to balance tradition with progress. As Disney continues to grapple with these challenges, the outcome of Snow White 2025 will likely shape the company's strategy moving forward, particularly when it comes to managing high-profile, high-stakes projects that involve reimagining iconic stories. The film's tumultuous journey highlights the complexities and risks involved in modern film production. As Disney grapples with these significant challenges, the fate of Snow White 2025 will serve as a crucial test of their capacity to handle and overcome future hurdles in the dynamic world of entertainment. The tumultuous development of Snow White 2025 serves as a striking example of the larger challenges currently facing the Walt Disney Company. From internal disputes among cast members to delays in production, coupled with growing public criticism and financial concerns, this project has become a microcosm of the difficulties Disney must navigate in an increasingly complex entertainment landscape. As the company works to address these issues, the outcome of this high-profile film will be closely watched, offering valuable insights into Disney's ability to adapt and thrive in a rapidly evolving industry. One of the most visible challenges surrounding Snow White 2025 has been the internal strife within the production team. Reports of tension between lead actresses Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot have painted a picture of discord behind the scenes, leading to disruptions in the filming process. Allegations of unprofessional behavior, coupled with disagreements over creative direction, have only exacerbated the situation. Such conflicts have delayed key reshoots and contributed to a growing sense of frustration among the production team, further complicating efforts to bring the film to completion. At the same time, Snow White 2025 has faced mounting public criticism. Disney's decision to modernize the classic tale, incorporating contemporary themes such as diversity and inclusion, has been met with a mixed response. While some have applauded the company's efforts to reflect modern values, others have criticized the film for straying too far from the beloved 1937 original. This backlash has added to the negative press surrounding the project, making it harder for Disney to maintain a positive narrative as the film's release approaches. Compounding these issues are financial concerns. With production delays and mounting controversy, the budget for Snow White 2025 has likely ballooned beyond initial projections. The pressure is on Disney to deliver a box office hit, especially in a time when the company is facing broader financial challenges due to shifting consumer habits, competition from streaming platforms, and global economic uncertainty. The stakes are incredibly high for Snow White 2025, and Disney is keenly aware that failure could have far-reaching consequences for both its bottom line and its brand reputation. Yet, despite these numerous obstacles, Disney seems determined to push forward with the project. The company has a long history of overcoming challenges and delivering beloved films, and it remains hopeful that Snow White 2025 can be salvaged with the right marketing and strategic adjustments. Disney is banking on the star power of its leading actresses, the nostalgic appeal of the Snow White brand, and its ability to craft a compelling narrative around the film's release to win over audiences. In the broader context, Snow White 2025 has become more than just a film. It is now a litmus test for Disney's ability to evolve in a changing industry. The entertainment sector is rapidly shifting, with audiences demanding more inclusivity, diversity, and modern storytelling, while also holding a deep attachment to the classics they grew up with. Disney's handling of this delicate balance with Snow White 2025 will likely set the tone for future live-action adaptations of its iconic properties. As the entertainment industry continues to evolve, traditional studios like Disney are being forced to rethink their strategies. The company's ability to navigate these waters, balancing the expectations of loyal fans with the demands of a new generation, will be crucial to its continued success. The outcome of Snow White 2025 will provide important insights into whether Disney can continue to thrive in a landscape that is increasingly defined by rapid change, diverse audiences, and heightened scrutiny. Ultimately, Snow White 2025 is more than just a troubled production. It is a reflection of the larger challenges Disney faces in an era of transformation. How the company handles this high-stakes project will be a key indicator of its ability to adapt and succeed in the future, shaping not only its approach to future films but also its overall strategy in an industry that shows no signs of slowing down. If you thought this breakdown was interesting and would like to get updates and in-depth analyses as they happen, please think about subscribing to our channel and setting on alerts. Your assistance is much appreciated.